Hey guys, Brian here for another Brian's Workshop post. The game plan here was for me to spend this time talking to you about technical high performance workwear that has being tested in, the extreme conditions in the Rocky Mountains. And I'd love to do that post. We're actually at almost 12,000 feet at a hut, a backcountry ski hut called the Skinner Hut. And, fantastic place. One of the hardest 10th Mountain Division ski huts to get to. We've got an Arctic front that's coming down. It's going to be super cold tomorrow. All that would be perfect to talk to you about how our products perform in this setting. But I'd like to talk to you about something else. I wanted to spend a couple minutes talking to you today about the idea of brand and brand in general, but also brand specifically and specific to Truewerk, that is. The conversation for us is ongoing. And this notion of brand, what it means, and how how we show up in the world is important to us, and it's something we talk about. When one of the things that I spend a lot of time doing as a founder is helping people internally to us understand who we serve and what the brand is all about and how we serve that group. And so I spend time thinking about, who is our market? Who is our segment? Who are all of you that may be watching this right now? And how do we describe you? um, and in a lot of ways, I'll extend this idea that in many ways, brand is defined almost principally by the people who wear the brand, right? It's what they do and how they do it that ultimately represents the brand. And, yes, the brand has a point of view. It has a set of beliefs and values that hopefully attract those people and maybe sometimes encourage the behavior. But by and large, our brand is a reflection of you. And so when I'm bringing in new people into our marketing group, I try to do that. I try to explain and describe what I see in our community. And the easy answer here for work brands in the work market forever has been hard work, right? Oh, hardworking Americans. And look, hard work is so important, and we see it all day long in our community. So in no way do I say that that's not important, but my experience has been that hard work is important for success in anything, and it's often not the thing that stands out most to me in our community. What I do see is a degree of capability, the type of people who can solve problems that you may not know are about to show up. I think about my neighbor Chris. He's been our neighbor for almost 15 years. And when our kids were growing up, Chris is on this hut trip with me. Uh, when our kids were growing up and we were starting to leave them home alone, the only question I would ask is, hey, is Chris around? And as long as Chris was around, I knew the kids were going to be fine. I didn't know what might happen. Could have been a party, could have been a fire. Whatever it was, Chris was going to figure it out. He was going to solve it. That I see all day long in our community. These are people who you can rely on, you can trust, in part because they have skills and capabilities that are valuable in situations that you may not expect. They communicate well. They understand there's a humanity to our customers. They're not just a bunch of tough guys and tough gals. They may be able to sit down and have a conversation about your mother who you just had to put into hospice, or something that was happening with your son or your daughter. And man, the level of connection is profound in our market and in our community. And so, I wanted to just take a minute and say this to you all, because I'm worried sometimes that our community gets mistaken for, too much about, are they plumbers or electricians? Do they work hard? Do they not work hard? I don't think that's it, you guys. I think there's something more fundamental to the people that we see in our Truewerk community. And I'd love to hear from you. What do you see when you think about the people you work with, your communities? What makes this so special? And if you were talking to somebody, that was trying to understand this, how would you help them do that? How would you help them see more clearly what our days and our work and our lives are all about? And so I felt compelled to share this because in some ways it felt more important for a minute than talking about clothes, which obviously I think is super important. So send me a message. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate all of you being a part of the brand. I want you to know that I appreciate your values. I appreciate your beliefs. I appreciate the way you all interact, not just with us, but with everybody around you and the value you bring to your community every day. It is why we're here, and I appreciate you.